What's up, Reefers? Welcome to Alex Poro Corals. This is Alex Wilson, and this is my video log where you can learn from my mistakes. So, this is it. Alright, so here's a shot of my aquariums this time around, and so on both these systems, for some reason, I'm not sure exactly why the alkalinity had been spiking way up, but it has been since going back down. One of the things that I done is I added just half of the amount of the Reef Plus I was adding. I don't know if it was that or something else, but either way, it's going down little by little by itself. The main display right here is alkalinity of 10 DKH, and the 20 gallon is down to about 9 DKH. So pretty good there, and then I would like to keep it at about 9, and then I'm looking forward to dosing it up from there. And I'm used the Alpha Reef by Tropic Marine, and I'm pretty happy with that so far. I believe it's relatively. I think it's at the same price base, as far as adding the two parts. Some people say, oh, it's a lot more expensive, but no, it's really not. It's gone way down, possibly. So anyway, I'm happy with that, and I just add it manually. What else can we say? It adds trace elements, so that's one thing too. It has, well, I can mix it if I mix it up myself, and then I don't have to add the trace elements, because I was gonna say, I'm adding the Reef Plus, and that has trace elements too. So if I'm adding the Reef Plus and the Alpha Reef with trace elements, I could be possibly adding a double dose thing on the trace elements there. And the Reef Plus is really cool because it has the vitamins, boom, and the amino acids, boom, taken care of as well. So on the nitrates here, both these systems are about 5 parts per million, and the phosphates are 0.05, and they are both trending down. So on both these systems, I've dosed a little bit of the nitrate back up to 5, as well as the phosphate a little bit. I dosed it up back to about 0.1. So good so far right there. And here's a shot of my screen on here that I use, and I almost prefer not, well, I would definitely prefer not to have it. It's just that there is the slight chance I would hate to see the yellow tang jump out. It is a slight possibility, even though even though these screens right here can definitely be a hassle if they can start falling apart on you. And this one was getting a little loose on me, so I had to tighten up the screen on it right there. And also, I have these innovative marine pumps right here going in. Obviously not as ideal as the Ecotech MP pump power heads, because it has the cord instead of on the outside like the MPs. Of course, the line goes on the inside right there, so definitely a complication as far as my screen right here that would normally go in there nice and flush. So, and then it was sitting there, and it was also kind of like pinching it right here. So I put in just a piece of foam right there, so it's not pinching my cable a little bit, because definitely starting to damage a little bit my cable. So definitely Innovative Marine has some superior pumps as far as that goes. And I have a little piece of cardboard back there, so I get a little bit of shade. A little bit of shade specifically on my Dragon Soul Brain right there. That's a gone Astria brain, and so get a little bit of shade for it, because I think it's just a little bit too much light. I don't have any other good spot for it right there, so yeah, it works pretty good for now. Right, yellow thing is tripping out over here, and yeah, by the way, that's his little home right there. I don't know, he's all happy about a little hiding spot right there. Best spot in the aquarium. Hide right in there. Just the only, I don't really have any other big hiding spots like that. He just barely gets in there, and he can come through the other side. Like, he goes in a little hole, and he's looking out, of course, with the little spy hole here. Nobody sees me. Alright, so good there. And look, what I plan on doing though is getting this guy probably with the sarcophyte over here in the corner, getting a little bit of shade, not only for the Dragon Soul Gummy Astria, but also for the mushrooms that are over there in this back corner. So yep, doing good. Other than that, it's just still have a little bit more and more of the red slime, but it's not getting completely out of control over here. But every day or every other day, I definitely have to get in here and not only stir up a little bit of the gravel in here in front, but as well as dusting off the rocks. I just use my hand, just give it a good whoosh here and there, just where I see the cyanobacteria, usually in between the rocks there, down low on the bottom glass. And of course, I hit the front glass right here with a toothbrush almost daily, straight between the glass and the crushed corals. So we're good there. But let's see. So other than that, just a little bit here and there. No big issues right here. I got my hammer, got my frog spawn over on this side right here. Everyone else seems to be doing pretty good. Same thing still. Got the dying varieties right here on my Christmas tree worm rock there. So Christmas tree worm still going fine. They don't seem to be bothered by the missing varieties as far as I could tell. But hopefully some will live and come back. So clams also still doing good on these three. I got the three Croceas and the Blue Maxima and the Squamosa. Doing good there. I moved these guys. This is the home wrecker Acro right here. To the left and to the right there is the Walt Disney. Kind of put them close together right there to kind of contrast, see any difference of them. And it's interesting that they really look so similar to each other. It's almost impossible to tell them apart at this stage. So we'll have to see what that does. Here's a shot of this Leviopora right there. That's supposedly the biota branching. They were calling it a Goniopora, but it's clearly a Leviopora. That's kind of interesting. Alright, so other than that, let's check out these other Acropores. And way in the back there, I got this. That's a radical red stag, and it looks like a little bit of green on him. Still alive. To the right of that one, I got that's my green slimer that I have had in here so for a while, and it seems to be doing a little bit better, even though the growth is definitely slow on the slow side. And so this is a shot right here of this Frankie's that I got from Abe at Coral Euphoria. Frankie's table, and yes, definitely has some, it's red and it's got some good green tips on it now, and it's starting to get a little bit of growth right there. Even got an axial tip starting to develop there on the left hand side of it, so yeah, it's gotten some better and better color on them. To the right down there, I got this that's the green Bali Slimer, so that one's just barely alive, fingers crossed on that one. What else do we got over here? We got these check out the what we got here as far as the Acroporas right there. I got the rainbow doing good. Marvelous Marvin right there to the right. Got these green Millipora right there doing good. To the right is the rainbow Millipora. Alright, and in the back right there, almost like that one I believe is called the Pink Fuego. And I think that's like it's a red table essentially, so it's starting to look better and better as well. That shot of the rainbow splice, just sitting there, not any growth on them, not that much pulp extension either. But here's a shot of the Miyagi Tort, and this guy's looking especially good right here. He's got a green base, purple tips on the polyps, and the polyps themselves are purple. So yeah, definitely green and purple. It's got some good colors to this Tort Stag. So looking forward to that one starting to grow out for me. And other than that, it's pretty much the same right here. Everybody's, oh yeah, what do we got here? Last but not least, right here, I can't forget this is the firecracker table by Abe at Coral Euphoria. And yeah, so it's definitely getting more and more red and green colors on them, looking really good. Kind of red base, and it's got like turns green and the very tips. And the polyps themselves are nice red, so definitely going to be a nice table right there in that corner. So that's an update of that, dude. Looking pretty good, right, Yellow Tang? All right, let's check out this side of it. Everything else seems to be doing good right now. I got the winters, got the heaters going pretty good. I got the double heaters basically to make sure that not only, if one goes down, the other one's there for backup, but, I really do use almost double the power just in case, if it's extra cold in here, like if the heater were to go out in the house, then I definitely have the heating power enough to be able to handle that. And So the same thing as on the 20-gallon quarantine as well. I have a dual heater system, dual incubator that monitors right there that controls the cooling fan, of course, too, as well as the pinpoint monitors. And they're both showing 8.2, and then it's 8.3 later on, so pretty good on the pH. Of course, you know, I just monitor. I'm aware of the pH, but of course, you know, if I have to, if as far as alkalinity goes, you know, I'm using the alkalinity, and then you know, adding the alkalinity, and you know, and adjusting it based on the alkalinity level and not the pH. So doing the standard method there seems to work pretty good for me for now. So yeah, here's a shot of the 20-gallon, and it's doing pretty good. I got the protein skimmer going right there. That's the Aqua Max setup, and yeah, so good so far. Sometimes it's a little hard to kind of clean this system. I haven't cleaned it that much right there, and I'm not running any mechanical filtration on any of these systems right now. And I have it going such that it has a little intake right there, and it always get clogged up. So I went and removed like the front of it, so it just sucks it in straight in there and goes into the protein skimmer. However, of course, now the protein skimmer can get clogged up when there's a little bit too much stuff floating around and sucking in right there. So definitely have to keep that clean. And then for a while it wasn't working. I couldn't figure it out. I was like cleaning this, it wasn't working. But what I did is I took the air intake right there coming into the protein skimmer and just stuck it in the water, and then left it in the water running like that for about a day. And the next day I took it out, and then it was the problem was it wasn't getting the flow. It wasn't getting the flow that it should be coming through right there on the waterfall coming out of the filter. So yeah, once I did that, then it was good, and definitely had the flow that I was accustomed to having on this little guy. So yeah, it's been a little while since I had the reef roids on this guy, and what I'm planning on doing is adding the Benereefs and see how that goes for about 3 to 4 weeks. See how that does, and I'll let you know. But I expect that, you know, I have used it in the past, and I have had good results where it was definitely seemed to be feeding the aquarium on one hand, and on the other hand, it definitely seemed to be pulling down the nitrates and the phosphates, and that's definitely something that I've seen it do, you know, firsthand. So that's what the results that I do expect from it, and I can say that it, you know, in theory, I believe what they're doing is they're balancing it out with the food that they're adding there, with the amount of carbon that they're actually carbon-based food source that's in the food, right? And so, you know, on the ingredients it says it has corn in it, right? So it has cornstarch on the one hand, you know, and then it has the zooplankton, the phytoplankton, the bacteria, and a whole bunch of other things, you know, as well that would be. So that's like the way that it probably is working as far as in theory, as far as that's what I think. All right, guys. So here's a shot of these guys. So good so far. I got these. That's the kryptonite tenuous from Keith at Reef. I'm doing good so far, as well as these green frog skin right there. Same thing. And what else have we got over here? We've got the green splatter, just crazy right there, along with the other gold hammer and the green frog spawn. Is just crazy. Yeah, alright, so everything seems to be doing pretty good. I got this toadstool right there. Alright, guys, well, that's just a quick update, but check back for the next one to see what's lived and what just didn't make it. Alright, happy reefing, bye.